Hi, I don't think anybody's here just yet. I kind of did it at the spur of the moment. Poor Joan is bald, so I'm going to have a go at designing a hat while I live. But my yarn has got stuck in this here yarn band, which happens from time to time because these companies just roll them off the production line, if you like, and they get stuck. But it survived. That's all right then. So I'm going to use my genie because it makes it so much easier when I do this. So if I didn't really announce that I was going to do a live, it's kind of unscheduled. And so, you know, and I also noticed that there is someone else live that I know. But hey, KJ, JK, that's right. And Claptrap, hello. So there are a few of you out there. How cool is that? Marimar, Ms. Mariana, and Missy, Yarniverse, and more. Oh, I better get my chat up. Although I'm not sure with these lives now what you can see and what you can't. You used to be able to go on to my let's go on and see if I better turn my sound off because I had my phone on loud. Unusually for me, I usually have it on silent, but okay, let's go in there and see if I can see. Oh yeah, I can see the chat a bit better. Hi Anna as well. Hello everybody. Well, I didn't think I was going to get anyone because I saw someone else was live. I love Crochet Babe. Good morning. I'm glad you caught me too. I was just about to faff about with some string just in case, but I look a bit orange, don't I? It's only powder, but I feel like I've been tangoed. Do I look like I've been tangoed? Let me just do this. It's sort of hide it a little bit. But I do. I feel like I look tangoed. Oh, maybe it's because I don't know. I thought someone else mentioned something then, but it moved up. Tracy, first chat of the year. It is my first chat of the year, and I was going to design a little hat for, well, not for Joan, but she could model it for me. But you know what? I can't really do that and talk, so I'll just chat away with you and do that a bit later. So hello, how are you all? What have you been up to today? I had to wait in for the postman and he was late, but then my regular guy's on holiday. Oh God, I took my glasses off now, haven't I? Hang on. Just hold the phone, it's easier. Hello everyone watching from South Texas. What's the weather like where you guys are? It's freezing and horrible and rainy and windy here. We had a bit of snow, it got washed away, and now we've just got weather. It was quite mild yesterday, even though it was not great. But I've not ventured outside today. I know it's colder though, because I opened the door for the postman. Good timing, it's 9 p.m. and you're crocheting at least until you have finished a skein. Good grief. Isn't it weird how weather 78573, what does that mean? Anyway, isn't it weird how it's so different the time everywhere in the world? It always amazes me. You're watching it snow in Tennessee and packing boxes to take to the post office when they open. Okay, Mrs. Yarniverse, what are your boxes containing? Obviously mine contained yarn because everybody more or less knows that I have hobbyrocks.co.uk and I got a yarn shop and stuff. So I had this bit of a flurry of orders, not a flurry of snow, but a flurry of orders. 8 a.m. in Arkansas and 24 degrees, but that's Fahrenheit, so that's pretty cold, right? Because I always, you know, we're now Celsius here, so if it's 24, it's not that bad. But for you guys, 24 means something totally different. Tracy, hello there. I've got three of us in the same chat. 3 of us. Well, hey, but you like it. I like it a bit cool. I don't like it raining. That's the only drag. But yeah, so I had this flurry of orders yesterday. And it turned out that there was this TV show, that TV selling thing, you know, like Craft Channel. And they did a kit and they ran out. They sold out really quickly and obviously didn't realise what the demand would be. And so people then thought, where can I get that pattern and yarn? And they managed to find it at my shop. So I was a bit stunned. But especially when every order was near enough the same, it was like, whoa, hang on. And that happened once before last year. So, yeah. And I had more orders this year. So they obviously didn't have as much stock, but I did buy boxes to do those kits and I lost them. I made the box up, see how big it was, and they're somewhere safe. They're somewhere safe behind my yarn, I think, in the yarn van, because unfortunately the yarn van isn't just shop yarn. There's my yarn. That's a big one. Hang on, let me check this. 2 contain yarn that were prizes and 1 is a birthday present. Oh, I see. 18 degrees in Malta and sunny, but you must be 18 Celsius then. Yeah. Watching from Florida, 63 in Orlando. That's cold for you, but nice. It's nice for us. I'd love that right now. Sorry, Nightbot brings up whenever you type whether I want a zip code. Weather here crazy. Yesterday was 90 and it will be 59 today. Well, I don't have Nightbot, but do you, I mean, are you familiar with Ursula? In the early days of her channel, and everybody was getting Nightbot, she sort of sent me loads of emails to try and put Nightbot on my, you know, all these detailed guides of what to do and how to do it and how to set it up. And I never really did any live streams for so long afterwards. And I have no idea where those emails are. They're like way in the past. How's England? You've seen snow warnings around the country on YouTube, but the news, and they're often a day late. It is snowy. The whole country, apart from this bit, it's snow. Mostly, you know, it always affects northern areas more. Well, I say always. Sometimes you get the southern half hit by snow and the northern half not, but very rarely that happens. But it's mostly, I'd say, I know that I saw people in Maidstone on Facebook that were showing videos of the snowing. I've not actually driven out to see what it's like around the streets of this kind of part of Kent, but I know we don't have any here, and it's probably been washed away throughout Kent, but there is snow. But there is more forecast apparently, and the sky is whitish, but it's not thick, and we don't really get good snow unless it is really building up. We have to have a good build up of cloud, and then once we've got that good build up of cloud, we get a big dumping of snow. But at the minute it's rain. That's all we got, is blooming rain. Hate rain. Your Nottingham snow is melted and had so much rain overnight the bottom of your road is flooded. Oh, that's a drag. Well, hopefully we'd never flood. If we flood, there's a tsunami because we're on a cliff. But I like the way I suggested the height. Obviously it's higher than that, but we're on a cliff, so you know, if it ever floods here, we're in trouble, man. We've had some kind of tsunami, or the cliff got washed away and you know, we were swimming with the fishes. That's the only other way. We get a lot of mud though, because we have an unmade road, unfortunately, and I say unfortunately, at least it does slow the traffic down a little bit outside, because when I first was here, we didn't have traffic, but the people around the corner like to use our road because their road sucks big time, and ours isn't great. That looked dirty, doesn't it? I don't know, just seeing a yellowy picture, but maybe it's just my lights, I don't know. But yeah, their road's worse than ours, so they tend to use ours, which makes ours worse than it used to be. So yeah, a bit annoying, but you know, what can you do? What can you do? Watching from Central Texas, we have our first cold front of the year. No snow, but woke up to temperatures in the mid-20s. Beautiful day ahead with temps ahead to the 40s. Mama, welcome to Queens of Rocks. Thank you so much. Aw, that's cool. That is so cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, yeah, kind of. Oh, I wish it was not. I don't know. I mean, I don't mind the winter. You know, I'm not the sort of person that likes to be mega hot. But I don't like rain. It kind of fuzzies up your hair, doesn't it? And it kind of makes it all dry and fuzzy at the end and greasy on top, and it just does awful. I'm leaning on it now. Just does awful things to your hair. Thank you. You enjoy watching me. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And I feel a bit like a fraud at the moment because I've had such a busy few months. November, well, from October all the way through December was mega busy, and it meant that I couldn't crochet as much as I would like to and do tutorials as much as I'd like to. And you know, I wanted my business to do well, but I can't spread myself that thinly. And especially when you've got all the other stuff like going away on a trip and seeing all your family and doing everything else, it makes it really hard to fit all those stuff in and actually find the time to sit down and actually make something and have the mojo, you know, the crojo to do it. Because it kind of disappears on you a little bit when you're busy and under the cosh. So I've been doing my Boggy Creek blanket, which is here somewhere. I've got to finish it, and I'm procrastinating a little bit about that because I need to make a center and the border. That's all I have to do for that one. And yeah, it's kind of like, what am I doing? Designing a hat instead. But I do need to do the hat, I know, and I need to do tutorials. So yeah, but thank you very much. I mean, I do like to try and keep it funny and keep it light. But yeah, we all have it, don't we? We all have that sort of thing where every now and then you got so much going on and you lose your crojo a little bit. And I haven't kind of lost it. My brain still thinks about doing it. Just so my hands don't get on with it. It's my first live I've been able to catch. Appreciate all you do. Allah, thank you so much. Dazzling crochet trinkets. It's Sandy. Good afternoon. And a cap. And Samantha, hello. No, it's going to be a beanie, but it's going to be one that looks like it's knitted. That's what it's going to look like, because a blanket hug to everyone. That's nice. Because you know, before Christmas, I say I lost my crojo. I did do a bit. I made Gary a scarf. I don't know if you saw it, but I kind of wanted it to look knitted because Gary is ultra masculine, and he won't wear anything that looks girly in any way, even remotely. And I can see that there's been guys wearing lovely crochet slouchy beanies and all sorts of patterns and stuff like that, but not Gary. No, it's got to look boring, and then he'll be fine. But oh, thank you. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, my hard-working mods, bless your heart. I do think I need to make some more, but you know, hopefully you're gonna pounce on anything that's untoward. So thank you. What time did I get up? Well, before my alarm. I couldn't sleep again last night. So annoying. And I'm watching a new thing on TV. It's on Netflix, actually. It's called Little Black Dove, or Little Black Doves. I can't remember if it's one dove or many doves or one dove. But it got Keira Knightley in it and Sarah Lancashire, and anything with Sarah Lancashire in it, who used to be Raquel out of Coronation Street, but has moved on to greater things. But anything with her in it seems to be absolutely amazing. Happy Valley was brilliant as she was in that. So, and there was a few other things. And so, yeah, I kind of thought I'd give that a go. And it was so gripping that I watched the first 4 episodes like that. I've only got 2 left. So yeah, and with Gary, I'm watching The Penguin. So yeah, I couldn't sleep. I was tossing and turning, and I was getting really, really annoyed. And if I kick that light one more time, um, yeah. So in the end, I thought, you know what? I'm not going to lay here anymore. I'm going to get up. I'm going to have a cup of tea. And I'm going to watch another episode. So then Gary got up for work while I was just finishing. So I got up at 8:30, which is ridiculous because I went to bed at 4, or sleep at 4. And what time is it now? It is 2:17 in the afternoon. Hi, Alexandria. Yeah, I like The Penguin. It's good, isn't it? I mean, I remember the bits of the storyline that we're watching when I watched Gotham. It was very sort of similar storyline at the minute that I'm on. But yeah, I really like it. It's got me talking like it, you know. At the Yonovan, back in the orders, talking to myself, you know. And I'm like, I find I'm reading stuff in that voice, you know, and yeah. And one phrase that pops into my mind from Rocky every time is "take her to the zoo." I can't help it. It's "take her to the zoo." So, but yeah, it's just, it kind of infiltrates. I get this terrible kind of, well, it's better than it used to be, because I used to like talk to my friend when I was at school. I used to talk to my friend on the phone, and we'd be on the phone for hours, and she'd ring me and we'd say, okay, let's do Australian now. And she'd go, okay, mate. And we'd sit there and we'd like talk in Australian for ages. And then we'd say, okay, now we're going to do Welsh now. And we'd like start talking. Oh, we were dreadful. She couldn't do them all, but we'd try. Oh, thank you, Sam. Can I call you Sam, or do you want to be called Samantha? I mean, I will call you Samantha if you wish. But yeah, I don't. I mean, you know, shortening someone's name is a personal thing, isn't it? It's like, I don't mind being called Trace, you know, but Trey. Oh, I don't like that at all. Trey. And my ex used to call me Trey, and I used to say, look, I'm not a utensil that you use from carrying things from one room to the other on. My name, if you want to shorten it, do Trace, but not Trey. Don't do Trey. And my sister, Trey, it's not Trey. Don't call me Trey. Samantha, okay, no problemo. So yeah, I forgot what I was telling you. Oh yeah, I got, oh, that blessed thing. It's getting closer to me. It's got such a big foot thing, you know. It's like a long stick, but then the tripody thing comes right out, and it encroaches on my foot space. But this is not a big room, so I cannot push it back any further, unfortunately. So hopefully I'm not gonna kick it over or anything stupid. You agree with me? But on the tray thing, oh, it's horrible, isn't it? Can't stand being called Trey. It just doesn't sound nice, does it? Trace is okay. You know, Trace, not Tracy, but Tracy's fine. Well, that is my name after all, but I don't mind it a little bit shortened. I used to have this friend. Well, no, I'm going to rephrase that. I used to work with someone, and I don't even remember his name now, but he was the most annoying person. And he used to call, he was flirt big time and gross and awful, you know. I mean, he wasn't ugly. He just, the way he was just put you right off him. And he used to call me Trey Lee. And I really like, hello, Trey Lee. I think, don't call me that. It's Trey Lee. And I thought, do I look like a Trey Lee? You know, it's so annoying. But yeah, he was awful. Terrible flirt. Terrible. Thing is, he flirted with everybody. Black Doves is brilliant, isn't it? Just T. I don't know. I used to get called TJ because it was Tracy Jane. TJ and T. T. I don't mind tea. I don't mind a cup of tea. But I don't mind tea. Just Trey. It's just not. Trey Lee. Oh. But yeah, this guy, I can't remember his name, sadly. But It's a long while ago. I was working for a company called Asda. Well, they're owned by Walmart now, and it was called Dales. It wasn't a strict Asda, it was an Asda Dales. New concept. And we all got on really, really well. There was just a few people that you needed to avoid in the old blooming store. And I run the office, okay? And so all kind of roads came into me eventually. And there was a woman in there called Sheila, who was personnel, and nobody could trust Sheila. She was the worst personnel. Hey, Teresa, don't forget the thummies. Yeah, good morning. Welcome. Don't forget the thummies, guys. I always forget to say it now. So, yeah, she was a blabbermouth, and you couldn't trust her. And there was a couple of people that were just to avoid, but everybody else was lovely. And this guy, whose name I forget, used to flirt with so many people, but and he always made eye contact and looked like he was undressing you with his eyes. And all of us knew that he was just a jerk, but she took it that he really fancied her, and she thought he was amazing. One day, he kind of was a bit too suggestive to her in the warehouse. She pounced on him, literally pounced on him. And we never let him live that down. And he told a friend of mine in confidence that she'd done it. And he went, don't you tell anyone. And so she came straight in. Guess what? So we were all like, and we just kept saying little kind of wind-ups. We couldn't help ourselves. So this Sheila, we used to do this closing announcement in the shop. Let me just check. I just realised I'm live. Another Tracy. How many have we got now? Is that 4 or 5? We're taking over the world. So where was I? Oh yeah. And she wanted to do the closing announcement so bad. I really didn't, you know, I just didn't want to make announcements of any kind. But it was a really long-winded, drawn-out thing. And it was one of the sales manager used to say it in such a long-winded way. It'd be, the time is now 5 to 10, and your Dale store is now closing. We thank you for your custom, and, you know, would you like, you know, went on, and then it was, if you'd like to make your way to the checkouts, where our operatives, or our colleagues, can't remember what she said, would be only too pleased to complete your transactions. And it was like miles long, this thing. You could just say, the store is closing. If you'd like to make your way to the checkouts as soon as possible. That would have been perfect. But no, she went on to this. So like one day, the sales manager called Marlene wasn't there. And so we said, Sheila, now's your chance to shine. She's got on there and she's doing it word for word for word. And right at the end, she said, if you'd like to make your way to the checkouts, our colleagues would be only too pleased to complete your contractions. And everybody just sort of like burst out laughing. And so she went, don't you dare tell anyone. Well, the next day she came in, her desk had Pampers, baby bottles, nappies, wipes, everything you could think of, all over it. And to say, you're still having those contractions, Sheila. She never, ever got to live that down. It was great working there. I did miss it. Okay, let me see. Mama knows best. Gwen, hello. And how are you guys? How are you doing? I haven't seen you for a while. I haven't been live for a while, have I? Maritza. Hola. Oh, wow. So, yes, hi, guys. Don't forget the thummy. Did you have a good Christmas and New Year? We all did. We went away for a little while. You probably know if you saw any of my videos. We just went to a couple of Christmas markets. One in the Netherlands and one in Germany. So that was a nice little mini cruise. And then we had loads of family kind of meals out and birthday meal for Gary and all that sort of thing. So we had lots to do. It was a busy, busy time. I'm going to have to turn my fan off now. Any plans for a new crochet tutorial? Funny you should say that. But I've just loaded up my genie. I did try, not sticking, there it is. I did try with this yarn first. I wanted to make something with this. I got this in Vegas and it is Bernat Lattice. It's a 4-weight Aran. And I wanted to make something with this. I was going to make, I was telling you this, wasn't I? I got sidetracked. I know I get sidetracked so easy. I go off on a tangent and forget to finish what I was telling you. So yeah, before Christmas, I made Gary a scarf, you know, an ultra manly one. So I wanted to make it look like it was knitted. So I did a couple of rows, and the yarn was really hard to see any definition anyway. So to be honest, I could have probably just done a UK double or a US single, and nobody would have known the wiser, because it was so busy and jazzy. Manly colours though, I have to say. But anyway, it did look knitted, and I thought I might do. People said, "Oh yeah, please do a tutorial," and I haven't done that yet. So I thought I'd make the hat in that pattern, in that stitch, and then do a tutorial showing the stitch and how to do the hat, and just give the dimensions for the scarf. Well, I did it with this, and I didn't do enough chain, so it would have fitted a baby. So I didn't want to do it. So I figured, you know what, I might see if I can do it in DK as well, because blue, I don't need a blue hat, and if I made it, it would just, you know, Gary wouldn't wear it, and I don't need a blue one. I could do the scarf with this. It's so soft. It's absolutely gorgeous yarn, this. Anyway, let's see what I've missed. Yeah, we'll do it. Lisa, hi, from Ohio. No, I don't do that many lives. I used to do a lot, and whenever I do one, I always say I'm going to do more, and then time goes by, and I think, oh, I haven't done any lives for ages, so I will do. Weather's crazy. 3 degrees, and today you've got 15. Wow. It was warm yesterday. Horrible, but warm. Hi, Kristen from the USA. Lots of yarn for Christmas, and you haven't got a clue what to make. What kind of yarn did you get? You want to make a furry vest with melody yarn, a very simple shape of single rectangle sewn at sides, but your neck is very sensitive to draft, so you want the neck raised on the vest, no collar as such. Any advice on design? Neck raised? What you mean, like to come up here sort of thing? So rather than a vest that looks like that, you want it like this. I did see, where did I see that? I saw something very similar to that somewhere. Must have been patterns I was looking through, because I've put in a lot of orders. I've ordered for a lot of King Cole and Stylecraft and Caron. I've ordered quite a few, and Tulip. So I've got 4 orders. Oh, that reminds me, I still haven't paid for one. So I've got to get on, otherwise they won't send it, obviously. So I'll have to do that later. So yeah, I've kind of put in an order. So while I was there, I was checking out the patterns that go along with the yarns. So it might have been there that I saw it. Oh yeah, my advents and mystery bags, of course. Silly me, I'm very forgetful. What about a turtleneck sweater pattern and don't add the sleeves? That's a one idea. Hi Kath, welcome. Don't forget the thummy, guys. At the back, open at the front, or without buttons. Maybe a top-down vest sweater, simple granny stitch, make the cowl-like beginning, then continue up the top-down pattern. Hi Heather, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you all. Yeah, I was at a loss this summer. I'm supposed to be going out the yarn van as well, but I figured I'd do that after. Gary popped home. He forgot his lunch, so he came home. Postman came. And where I had so much stuff. Hi, Kimberly. Woo, woo, welcome. Don't forget the thummy. Yeah, when he came, he just gave me a wad of stickers and said, if you put these on, I'll be back. And he gave me the sacks, and I thought, I'm not putting them in a sack because I want him to zap them before they go in there, otherwise he might forget. So, yeah, and then Gary turned up while I was sticking them all on. But I can't. I thought it was very. Where am I supposed to eat then? Because the table was just full of stuff. And I went, well, you turned up at the wrong moment, really. But yeah, I said, how do you manage to forget your lunch again? Do you know what? I thought my fan was on because I was starting to feel a bit cold. I turned it off and I feel like that draft still, but it's not on. Very strange. I don't know where that's coming from. Have you decided to get a wig for me and Joan? Well, I want to get one, but see this, it's so long now. This hair goes all the way down to the dip part of my back, and it's hard enough to get rid of it when I want to shower because I can't wash it every time. It would just go fuzzy and dry. So, you know, I used to put in a ponytail and then loop it so that it would, but now I think I'm going to have to do a knot, because even with that looped as high as it will go, it still dangles down my back. So I think it would be hard to hide my hair for a wig. So unless I got one that was similar to my hair, and then it wouldn't matter if some of mine was sticking out. Perhaps, I don't know. But yeah, I want to get Joan. I was thinking, you know, when I went to Comic-Con last year, they had some really nice wigs. And they had rainbow wigs, all sorts of kind of pink and reddish. And they were lovely wigs, really, really nice. But they were characters. So most of them were anime characters, or say, for instance, Harley Quinn, you know. Because it was Comic-Con, most of them were characters' heads or hairs. So there was one that I really, or two that I really liked. One was just very curly, like really nice. And I thought, you know, that's the way I'd like to do my hair, but I'm not clever enough. I do curl it from time to time. It looks passable, but it's not like that. So I figured, you know, I could get that. And then she could be all sort of flouncy. And then the days that she's bald, you know that I've nicked her hair. I could do. I could. Yeah. My hair's lovely. It is. Ah, thank you very much. Knitting with the chunky yarn I bought from you. It's so soft. Thank you. Which one was that? Which? Oh, it's getting a bit drafty. It's still going. It is still on. Not losing my mind. It's just because the screen went blank, so it didn't look like it was on. Normally I can see a little 1 or something, or 2. But I kept thinking, there's a draft. Where's that coming from? And I've got long sleeves on. It's not like me to feel drafts. Never been that daring. I'm not very daring, you know. Not really. But this is the longest hair I've ever had. When I was young, it would grow. I had curly hair, so it was the wavy curls I'd like to get now, but I hated them back then. And it would get to where your bra strap is at the back, and it wouldn't grow any further than that. And then if you pulled the curls out, it would probably be about an inch longer than that. But my sister had dead straight hair all the way down to her backside. I was dead jealous of that, you know, that it was straight and she didn't have to straighten it. It was just there and thick. This was before mega straight hair was really fashionable. And well, it's always been fashionable, isn't it, really, to be honest with you. But she had totally different hair to me. We had similar colour, but that was where the similarities ended, you know. My sister had, goodness knows where it came from, really thick, dead straight, long hair. Everybody else in the family was like me, apart from a dad, of course. But you know, yeah. So it never grew that long. This is the longest it's ever got, and I nearly got it. I got it kind of midway down my back once, and then had to have about 8 inches cut off it because I was a bit stupidly had this Brazilian blow dry thing. Well, it was before they were really sophisticated, and the one that I had ruined my hair. But whatever it is, wherever my ends are on my hair, they look a bit dry. Not so much now. It's quite good at the minute, but they kind of look dry. And so if I was to today cut my hair that much off, this bit would look dry, even though it's not now, is it? It's not dry, but wherever my ends are, they tend to have this dry look about them. So I had 8 inches cut off. I probably didn't need it, you know. Never been able to get it back since, until now. Now it's just like Rapunzel. Just like Rapunzel. Oh, the James C. Brett party. Oh, yeah, that's lovely yarn, that. I really, really like that yarn. All the colours are lovely. You should go and try one. Used to have your hair down to your bum. Not fun when you tried to turn your head when driving. I know, I have that problem. I realised I couldn't because I was sitting on it. Painful experience and never again. It's not so much I get mine stuck. I kind of like go to turn my head here, and I find that it's under there and stuck, and you know, when I'm watching telly, forever like trying to grab it and pull it over that side so that I'm not constantly tugging at it, and I get stuck in the car. I don't sit on it, but I do lean against it, and that's enough. That's enough of an annoying thing. Used to have hair down to your bum. Oh, I've read that one. Hi, Kathy, from across the pond in New Jersey. New Jersey. I've lost you. Oh, there you are. You have snow day today. 3 inches. Oh, I'm jealous. Although I wouldn't like it to last a long time. I'd like to have it just for a day or two, you know, and then it can disappear. I don't really like the idea of Gary driving in it for work, so maybe it could wait until he's off for a few days and then snow. Doesn't really work. You can't order it, you know. It's not like you can order it, is it? Please, can I have the snow on that day? Doesn't work that way. Accidentally rolled your hair up in the window. Oh, that sounds terrible, but sorry for laughing. It is a funny thing, even though it probably wasn't. It probably wasn't, but it does sound funny. How can you roll it in a window? Oh, in a car. It's funny, isn't it? You always think of people's hair, like long hair, as being really glamorous, and now you've got the pain side of it all. When you're like, you know, so you know, I didn't know this happened when you had long hair. I always thought it'd be really nice. You know, when people got such long hair, it kind of drapes over their boobs, you know. Do you know what I mean? It always kind of like, and I always think I'll never get mine that long. It's either that or I need smaller boobs, one of the two. But let's talk about that anymore. But yeah, I always wanted that, you know. I always wanted to have the like Lady Godiva-ish hair, you know. But yeah, it's not so much the hair needs to be like a lot longer, because the girls need to be a lot smaller. It did sound painful. I didn't mean to laugh, but it just sounds funny, rolling it up in them. It was sucked out the window and oh no! Well, it is funny, but I hope it didn't hurt you. Ow! That was my funny bone. What's so funny, is it? Why'd they call it that? If it's because it's called a humerus, I know, but it's not funny when you hit it. That's for sure. Your friend's hair's so long that she has to tie it up when she goes to the loo. Imagine trying to wipe your bottom and there it is. Not a thought I really wish to have, but you know. It was long enough not to hurt. That's good. Yeah, no, I mean, do you know what I really hate? It's going out when it's windy. It just goes like crazy. I was out the other day and someone looked around at me and I'm like, it's just all in my face. And I just went, joys of hair. Gary, I said, can you do the window up, please, in the car? And he'll go, why? I went, because of my hair. And he went, whoa, I don't have that problem. I went, you haven't got any hair, Gary. I actually shaved it off for him yesterday. Got less hair than he had. Got over a foot of snow last night. Oh, wow. Where were you, Jennifer? Oh, I'm jealous. Although a foot, you know, that is quite a lot, isn't it? I mean, when the kids were little, I used to love it when it snowed like that. And I could get the sledge out and take them out. It's not so nice when you're, you know, you're stuck without being able to go to the shop and all that stuff. In Ohio, yeah, I heard that the US had lots of snow. And, well, Canada's usually snowy. Probably not got any. You've got it all. So, yeah, what are you making? Are you making anything at the minute? So I want to do that scarf that I made for Gary again. I want to do the hat that's along the same sort of lines. I want to do two. There's two ways I want to do it. So I need to get one right, at least at the minute. Not a fan of cold and snow. Ice, oh yeah, that's not so great. You had about that much in Indiana. You had a friend with hair down to her knees. It was never cut, and she swore she'll never cut it, but she changed her mind when she became a trainee doctor. You'd love lots of snow. No, we don't get it much down here. In the southeast where I live, it's kind of the warmest part of the UK. If you could sort of think of the UK as warm ever, but it's kind of the warmest bit. So, you know, quite often you'll see snow up there in Scotland and up north. It don't venture down here that much, but when it does, nothing moves. The whole country comes to a grinding halt because, you know, we can't cope with about an inch of snow. It's like, you know, when the leaves fall off the trees, the trains all stop. I feel like I'm moving in slow motion. Bit weird. Not all of us. I live in Hermiston, Oregon, and you have rain. I hate the rain. I really do. It's just miserable. You know, Kat doesn't like it either. She doesn't want to go out. You know, the road just becomes a mud pie, and the holes then appear like giant ruts and big holes that my car can't really negotiate. So yeah, it's just a bit of a drag all round, really. Yeah, my niece, when she was little, her hair was down past her bum to her knees. But she was a young girl, you know, like a little girl, probably 10, 11 by the time she had any kind of proper cut. She's always had long hair, and she still does have long hair, but nowhere near as long as that. And my sister had a hysterectomy, and she said, "Would you look after Michelle while I'm in hospital?" And I said, yeah, sure. She said, "You'll have her for about a week, but I'll have to tell you how to sort hair out." And I went, "Oh my God, I forgot the hair." And she said, "You know, it is a bit of a hard one to wash, but and definitely use conditioner so it detangles." So I said, "All right then." She said, "If you want, you can just get one plait out and sort that one out, and then get the other plait." I went, no, I'll be all right. Until it was time for washing her hair, you would just get one plait out, and I'd brush that one and then replait it badly, because my sister's plaits were even. Like the 3 strands were perfect, and each twist was identical all the way down. Mine, it's like, that'll do, you know. And then I'd get the other side out, and I'd brush that, and then I'd do the same. And then came the day where she had to have her hair washed. So I said, the only way I can do this, without having a shower with her, was to have her lay across my work surfaces and dangle her hair into my sink. Because I don't have one of them tilty back chairs like they have in a salon. So I said, "You lay on the worktop and I'll wash your hair in the sink." So I did that. I washed it all. I rinsed it twice, and then I put the conditioner on, and I kind of combed it through as much as I could, and then we rinsed it off, and then I put the hair in a gigantic bath towel on a big turban, and then when I got it out, it was a bit tangled, and I managed to get all the tangles out, going from the bottom all the way up. And then when it was dry, my son came home from school, and nursery, and this was Paul. He was terrified of it. He kind of came in and he just sort of looked at it like it was a monster on her head. And I said, and he just kept kind of walking around her rather than. And I said, "What's the matter?" And he went, "Twist it back in." I said, "What?" And he went, "Twist it back in." And I went, "What? Don't you like her hair?" And he went, "No." Twist it back in. And he was terrified of it. It was like it was a monster that he was scared of. He was like, "No, twist it." He was really concerned. "No, twist it back in. Twist it back in." I'm like, "All right, I will. I will." You know, I don't want it out any more than you do because it just gets tangled up. So who have I missed? Hello, Ellen. Yeah, Fluffy's not keen. She doesn't really want to go out. Sugar Diamond. I've got to go back a bit further. Okay, I think I'm there. So hello, Sugar Diamond. And Ellen. I think I'm caught up. Yeah, there are no notifications. That's YouTube for you, isn't it? Usually don't get much, but we do get the ice. I don't like ice. It's okay, but you know, it's the fact that some people don't know how to drive in it, and you know they're sliding. I never forget. I was on my way to Maidstone once, and we've got a big hill. It's the South Downs, so the hill goes. It's called Detling Hill, and I was at the top of it, and I had a normal saloon car, and there was a taxi doing this all over the road, and he was over revving it, and I just wanted to get out and say, "Do you want me to get it down the hill for you, mate?" Because you know he was causing the problems with his over revving. It was just going all over the road. But just let it go and keep gently braking, and it'll be fine. But no, complete and utter loony. South Wales doesn't get a lot of snow. No, it's anywhere like south of anywhere. It doesn't really. I think, you know, from kind of London or maybe even Northampton kind of down, I consider like the south. in considering it's the country. I mean, I know Northampton sounds like we're north, but it's not. But that, I thought, is it the Watford Gap down, perhaps? I don't know. Then we're all southerners, aren't we? That's what Sassenachs from the Watford Gap down. That was my neighbour calling one of the cats. She's got lots of cats. She is a crazy cat lady. And one of the cats in the neighbourhood, a bit kind of, I'd say neglected, but they've gone on holiday and left it out to fend for itself. And it doesn't sort of, it's not one of the kind of priorities of the house, if you know what I mean. So now Lee is feeding that cat. She's got a little kennel in the garden, and she's feeding it. And I said, "Oh, you're just going to end up with that cat. I know you are." Because she got a big cat heart. Hello, Lisa from Milwaukee. Don't forget the thummies. She can't resist a cat, Lee. No one can drive in it, no. But, you know, I mean, you think a taxi driver, and I mean a black cab, not like could have been an Uber driver or could have been a minicabber. He was an actual black cab. So you think they've done the knowledge, they, you know, they've learnt all there is to know. Why did he not know how to drive down a hill with ice and snow? You know, doesn't make any sense. I mean, any other country has a snow tyre or chains to put on the, not us. We don't get it often enough, so we don't prepare in any way whatsoever. So we just like slip and slide all over the place. It's sunny and cold in Worcestershire. Your further snowy photos rather than being there. I like a bit. I mean, one of my videos, my out and about videos, it might be over on Rocksteady now. It used to be on here, but I did move anything that wasn't crochet related or yarn related over there. And even the cooking ones and stuff like that. And there was one of me and Gary out walking in the snow, and he pelted me with a snowball and all sorts. So I do like it. I do like going, but you know, when you get back, everything is kind of stingy, isn't it? 41 degrees in Hermiston, Oregon. But that's Fahrenheit, so that's cold, isn't it? I don't know what Fahrenheit is freezing. I can't remember. When I was a kid, everything in this country was Fahrenheit, but during the 70s, it became centigrade 32. Oh, okay. So it isn't freezing; it's above. Yeah, but I mean, even now, I don't really. When someone says, "Oh, it's going to be 18," I think, is that cold? I have no idea. You know, I mean, I know 40, late 30s is really hot. And I know if they say it's 20 odd, it's mildly pleasant, I think. But I can't say. Someone said to me it's 90 degrees. I know exactly where, how hot that is. Or, you know, it's going to be in the 60s. I think, yeah, that's good. You know, I like it. That's a nice spring kind of day. But I'm not good with Celsius. I'm kind of what they might call neither Arthur nor Martha now, because it's been a long time since we've not had the Celsius, the Fahrenheit, but at the same time, I'm still not great with the Celsius. So I'm kind of destined to be on that cusp, you know, too old for this and too young for that. But they did announce when we come out of Europe that we could do what we like. We could be as imperial as we wanted to from now on. So that was there, yeah. I haven't seen it. But if we want to buy things in pounds rather than kilograms, we can buy them in pounds. You know, they just made this announcement. Now we're no longer in Europe. If you want to be imperial, be imperial. So I'm just a bit imperial. It sounds better, doesn't it? It sounds a little bit more sophisticated than, you know, metric. I'm going to be imperial, not metric. Why do I always sound like Margaret Thatcher when I do that? Maybe I should be Margaret Thatcher. Maybe not. Evil woman. But I could do a mean impression of her if I really put my mind to it. Not necessarily looks-wise, though. Unless I got... Oh, her hair was awful. Her and the Queen. Dreadful hair. You know, I always used to think that the Queen would have looked a lot younger if she didn't have that dreadful hair. It was her, wasn't it? That was her hairstyle. No one else on the planet had that hairstyle unless they were an impersonator of the Queen. Other than that, nobody. Not a soul. It was just hers. Not that I didn't like the Queen. I did like the Queen. She was the Queen. But she had dreadful hair. I always thought like Margaret had nice hair and, you know, did nicer things with her hair. And then there was the Queen. Just not great. Not great. Didn't. But when you see that the Crown and footage of her when she was younger, she had nice hairstyles. She looked good. But she wrecked it, didn't really. With that one horrible hairdo. And then there was Margaret Thatcher. Similar-ish. I think she was just trying to be the Queen. So I don't know how long I've been on. I'm not going to be on for long because, you know, I've got to go and pack orders out there before it gets dark. And also, I have to cook dinner. And today we're going to have minted lamb. Only because we bought some to do for people like during the Christmas time. And that, they didn't come. It was for Jamie. And we bought that and extra because we thought that Charlotte and everybody would come over. And it didn't happen. So we've got this to use up. So I'm going to do that with veggies. And I might even roast my potatoes yet. Maybe. Because I've got a hankering for them. I'm going to start a diet soon. So I want to eat good for a bit. What time is it? It is 14:56. Well, 2:56, really. But I don't know how long I've been on. Probably about an hour-ish. I will try and do more. I will try and do more lives. I've actually got some orders coming, so I'll have lots of things to show you and make some videos. And I will get to grips with I might do separate tutorials for the scarf, for the hat, and yeah, get them underway. I need a yarn that will show the pattern because, you know, like I said, the one I made for Gary, you couldn't, although it looked nice, you couldn't identify the stitches. It would have been too difficult. Sorry, I thought I saw somebody coming in. It would have been too difficult to even follow along with because the yarn was what I like to call marble. Others call it heathered, where it's got two colours twisted in, so you can't always see it. Nearly 3, yeah. Still morning where you are. Wow, my feed says you've been on for 55 minutes. Well, yeah, weren't badly, weren't that bad, was it? Nearly an hour. I weren't far off. Hi Begonia. Oh, I'm just about to end, so thanks for coming in. Don't forget the thummies. But yeah, I've got lots to do today. I've got orders to pack and video to make, dinner to do. And I think I might need to come put the heating on now because the sun has gone. We had a little bit of sun. No, it's still out. The sun's still out. It was weird. We've had rain and we've had everything today. Well, not everything. We haven't had snow and hail, but there's still time. There's still time. That is cold. Yeah. Wow. I'd like a little, just a little bit of snow. I nearly got some. I'll show you it. We did. This is how much snow. In fact, we had a little bit more than this. When I looked out, you could see there was snow appearing on the cars. It was snowing at that time. It doesn't look it because the light's making it, you can't see the snow. But it got a little bit thicker than that, just a little bit. And then we had rain, and that was the end of that. So it all washed away. So we did get a little tiny bit. Gary didn't even see it. When he got up, he said, "Oh, no snow then." I went, "Well, he did. We did it. I'll show you. Look, I took a bit of proof for you. A little bit." Anyway, I'm going to get off. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Really appreciate it, and I will do more. Yeah, so watch out soon. I will be doing some tutorials for those bits and pieces, and I've had loads of things whirring around in my mind. Yeah, I need to get them whirring around in my fingers. See you later, guys. Bye for now. If you haven't already, don't forget the thumbie, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.